Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to make a video about self-love. It's something I've been working on for years, absolute years, and I think I only mastered it maybe in the past 2 years. So I just wanted to share some of my techniques because I think it's really powerful and it's like one of the fastest ways to happiness, in my opinion. So I think the first thing to start with is your self-talk. Like, what are you saying to yourself on a regular basis? Like, what are the inner conversations in your mind? And how do you talk to yourself? Like, do you talk to yourself like you would talk to someone that you love? Or do you beat yourself up all the time? The first step is actually awareness. Like, can you notice what you're saying to yourself? And that's why the meditation practice is so good and the journaling practice is so good, so that you can become aware of what's going on inside your mind, because your thoughts and your feelings create your reality, and usually your thoughts are leading to your feelings. So it's really helpful to constantly check in. One tip that I would say actually as well that I do is I have like an hourly reminder on my phone that says how am I feeling and what am I thinking. And when it goes off, I'm like, oh, it just reminds me, and I'll realize I might be like over analyzing something or really like being hard on myself, and it's just a great reminder to just be like, oh yeah, I don't have to speak to myself that way. Like, don't ever push yourself. Like, that's really, like, in my opinion, like, don't do what feels good to you. Like, I don't understand why we push ourselves, because maybe we think like, oh, if I push myself in this moment, then later on something good will happen, or if I really like struggle with this thing now, it will bring me something good. But why do you want that good thing? Because it makes you feel good. So why not just like feel good now and take whatever steps like it takes to feel good now? Like, so any decisions, like, base your decisions off like, how does this make me feel? Does this make me feel good? Then yes, green light, go. And if it makes you feel bad, then question it. Like, is this my ego talking? Is this fear-based? Or is, like, that's a good way to know actually between intuition and ego. Is it fear-based or is it loving? If it's loving, it's your intuition. If it's fear-based, it's usually your ego. So I'm constantly asking myself the question, like, how does this make me feel? Is this exciting to me before I make a decision? So yeah, like, why do you want to manifest what you want to manifest? Like, ask yourself the question now, like, okay, I want the house or the car or to meet my soulmate. Like, why do I want those things? Because I believe it's going to make me feel really happy or really good or secure, or like fill in the blank for whatever it is for you. And then you're like, okay, well, how can I start making myself feel that now? It's like fast track, and you're like skipping all these steps, because the paradox of it all then is that when you actually start to feel good now, you're actually attracting those things to you, so it's a win-win. You feel good in the moment and you're actually manifesting your desires as well. So self-love is a big factor. Like, one of the things I recommend as well is to write down 3 things that you love about yourself every morning, like genuinely. You can definitely find 3 things that you love about yourself, like even the way you treat other people. That's a good habit to build and form like new neural pathways in your brain, so that it becomes a habit to actually start speaking to yourself in a loving way. Because it took me a while, but with practice, my default is like a loving thought towards myself, and I have these like mantras. Everybody loves me. It's really helpful to have that, because when you start to doubt yourself, if you have that like default thought coming in, everybody loves me, it like soothes you, like self-soothe. Like, what can you say to yourself that's going to make you feel better? Like, it's so nice having like yourself on your side. Like, sometimes I say on my gratitude lists, I'm so grateful that I'm in my mind, because I know how difficult it was for me in the past, how I used to hate myself, and now I feel really, like, majority of the time I feel love for myself. So that's something I'm just so grateful for. It's worth working on, I promise you. Like, number one thing, like, it's worth working on. catch yourself in the mirror. Like if you're noticing yourself saying, I don't like this, I don't like that about my body, bring your attention to something you do like and just be like, I really like that thing. You know, you just want to tip the scales. Start speaking a little bit more positive than negative to yourself. And always like remember, your cells are always listening. Like, you know, talk to your cells. I know this sounds really like strange, but I would like talk to my cells. You know, like speak to them in a loving way, or like asking them to cooperate with you, or like it's gonna have a vibrational effect when you do that, because it's really like soothing and you're talking to your body. And you'll be surprised when you ask your body questions, answers pop into your mind, and it's always the right answer. Like your body is like magnificently like intelligent, you know. So yeah, like talk to yourselves. Like I do that sometimes when I'm exercising. I'm like, come on everybody, let's go. Like, you know, or I'll just say like, I really appreciate all the parts of my body and all the parts of my body that are functioning so well. And another thing about like talking to yourself is like, have you guys ever read that experiment, Dr. Emoto? And it was like the water experiment. If you haven't, definitely Google it, because this blew my mind and it was such a good like permission slip for me. It's basically, he had like 3 cups of water and he wrote on them like, I hate you, I love you, and I can't remember what the third one was, but he did that for, I think it was like a month or so, speaking to the water. And the effect that it had when they put it under the microscope, the I love you one was like gorgeous, like snowflakes, and the molecules arranged into this like beautiful like geometric designs. And the I hate you looked like it was growing like mold, and it was like really horrible. And then like our bodies are made up of like 60% water, you know. So that's like science proven what happens when you talk to water. Like, how is it affecting our bodies when we're talking to ourselves, you know? Like, even just stop the negative talking will really, really help. But then to be able to transform it into love, like, you're gonna help yourself thrive, you know? They even did that, I think, an experiment on plants as well, like people talking to plants and how they respond. Like our cells are responding to us. We are giving ourselves instructions every day. Like, do you ever like wake up and be like, oh my God, I'm so tired, right? You're actually instructing your cells to be like, everyone, we're tired, you know? Whereas like, if you find like a piece of energy and be like in yourself and be like, you know what, I feel energetic, like you're sending instructions to your cells. So it's just so powerful, and it's just a little habit that you can build up every day. Even if you just did like one thing every morning, that will build up over time. And the confidence is like a whole other layer. Then is the confidence, like you feel like worthy, like to be in a room, and you feel worthy to share your opinion, you know. Like the momentum builds, like it's beneficial in so many ways. Yeah, I could talk about self-love forever, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I love you all so much. Bye.